Welcome to this medicine masterclass on confidentiality. We will explain the importance of confidentiality, where and when breaching confidentiality may be required, and the principles behind that, and the Public Health Act. Patient confidentiality ensures the fidelity and the maintenance of the doctor-patient relationship. Breaking confidentiality can damage and make the patient vulnerable to exploitation and may result in GMC action. Patients may avoid seeking medical help or underreport symptoms if they think their personal information may be disclosed by medical professionals without their consent. A person has a right to their privacy, and that should be respected, and their right to confidentiality is protected. Article 8 of the Human Rights Act 1998, under the European Convention on Human Rights, as well as the GMC and the law, protect confidentiality. The right is not absolute. There are some circumstances where confidentiality may need to be breached. In doing so, where possible, the patient should be aware, should consent, and the minimum amount of data should be shared. Examples where confidentiality may need to be breached is a court order, a statutory requirement for a notifiable disease, a capacity issue where a patient lacks capacity and is unable to consent, but disclosure is in their best interest, national security reasons to protect from crime, vulnerable individuals and terrorism, car driving. If a patient continues to drive when they're prohibited according to the DVLA, then the doctor may break the patient's confidentiality and inform the DVLA. If there's a serious threat to a third party with a communicable disease, confidentiality may need to be breached. And if there may be a stage where the patient loses capacity and may want to appoint a lasting power of attorney or write an advance directive. The Public Health Act, which refers to the detention of infectious persons, is a health act in the UK legislation which regulates diseases dangerous to society and other individuals. In England and Wales and Northern Ireland, powers of detention apply only to specified diseases such as cholera, plague, relapsing fever, smallpox, typhus, AIDS, acute encephalitis, poliomyelitis, meningitis, anthrax, diphtheria, leprosy, rabies, scarlet fever, and TB. Under sections 37 and 38 of the Public Control Act 1984, a local authority may apply to a justice of peace for an order to compulsorily remove a person suffering from such a disease to a hospital and detain the person in hospital. So here we've discussed the importance of patient confidentiality, the number of safeguards around confidentiality, but where confidentiality may need to be breached, and the principles as well as the activity of the Public Health Act in protecting wider society. Thank you for attending this medicine masterclass.